Before I show you the proposed design direction for our new website, I wanted to remind you, in case you've forgotten, what the Madison College website currently looks like. The college has spent thousands and thousands of dollars on branding over the last few years, and it was suggested to me that our site really shouldn't stray too far from that our look has to tie in somewhat to that. And I agree, simply due to the fact that there will be a lot of linking to this site from our new site, and hopefully vice versa. So just kind of note the blue, the bright blue color palette, this pop of accent color, lots of tabbing, lots of round corners, and those are the primary things that I've picked up on. So when we move into the design that I'm proposing, hopefully you'll see that and understand kind of my launching point. So, excuse me, without further ado, here's what I'm proposing. So color palette, accent color, round corners, tabbing. You can kind of put that out of the way so you can see the influence from the college site to this site. However, I'm hoping that when you see this, it feels a little more fresh, maybe creative. Populating it with all of this artwork, I really want this to feel like a visual experience to the person coming to our website. Let me actually start out up at the top with this logo of sorts. It's really just a clean typesetting of the word design, contrasted with a font that's more suggestive of illustration and perhaps brushwork, the gradation, just trying to make it feel more illustrative, married together by the color palette as well as the accent color ampersand. Now the site is called MadisonCollegeDesign.com. Our department name, of course, is officially Madison College Graphic Design and Illustration. So something that we'll have to think about is, can this stay as is? Do we need to squeeze graphic design in here? There have been lots of discussions over the years about are we design? Are we graphic design? So just think about that as you're moving through the site. It could definitely be changed to graphic design. As a designer, I'm not going to like the result of that, but I will live with the consequences. Another thing that we need to think about, I've made this sort of pattern framing device from little snippets and pieces of student work. This student work came from the MATC portfolio website over the course of the last several semesters. And I love the visual impact that it gives. There's typography, snippets of illustration, logo, sketching quality, just a real showcase of what we do. And I actually really like it a lot. However, with that said, I don't know legally if we can use this as is. This work was already submitted to our website to use, but now the work is being used out of context. So if you agree that this is something that could stay, I don't know if we need I need to contact these students and ask for permission to use it on this site. I like it. You may not like it. I'm open to feedback on that. But when I put this together, it didn't even really occur to me that it would be an issue. So we'll put that aside for now, but this will change on the different pages that we go to. The main feature on the home page, well, first of all, let me back up and say I envision this site in sort of three main chunks. Home page, just general showcase, general information, kind of welcome to the department, a section just for students, and a section all about us, the faculty. The main showcase piece on this entry portal, in my opinion, is this gallery of work. Very easy to change. It can be work from current classes. It can be work pulled off of the portfolio website, which what you're seeing is that. It can be current students, alumni, but the idea is to represent all of the different things that we do, from icons and graphics and brochures in this case, to magazine layout, to package design, web design, illustration, Someone just coming to the site is going to be able to sit and watch this, or if you're not very patient, you can go through on your own. But all of these are captioned, and we'll give credit to the student or the individual who created this, whether they're a current student or alumni. Right now I only have 12, and I just tried to quickly pull a sampling of what I thought was a nice variety. There's room for probably at least 30. So this can be something that changes often, so it doesn't feel boring to someone who comes to the site a lot. The site is built on a WordPress platform, and WordPress is a blogging platform. So that gives us a lot of opportunity to be very current and very timely with the information that's on here. So I've set this up in a way that kind of the most current, important stories of the day, of the week, however often we change this, are right here on the home page. Now, as you're looking through this site, huge disclaimer, Penny typed all of this in. Penny is not, worried about spelling at this point, about typos. I just wanted to populate this with information. So from a design standpoint, you can see what this looks like. So you might read this, and I may have written the same sentence 5 times, but that's not the point. I really need a reaction to the design at this stage in the game. So the top stories, I can read more stories. So it's a typical blogging platform, and for those of you who don't know a lot about web design, that really puts us in an advantage, because every time a new piece of information is added, it is notifying the search engines. Our rankings go higher when people are searching for design opportunities. So lots of great things. It'll be very timely. So that's that. Just to round out the homepage, general blurb. Again, I wrote that copywriting skills will be required to move the site forward. Some ideas for links on the homepage. Right up front, we need to let people link to requests for projects, requesting interns. How do I get more information about the curriculum, enrollment, the certificates? I don't envision these links to be duplicates of what's on the MATC website. We'll definitely have links to that, but I want this to be information that we can write from our perspective, showing our work and our take on the program. Yeah, we'll send them to the college website for the nitty-gritty details, but this is a chance for us to kind of elaborate in our own way. Social media, Facebook, Twitter, people can subscribe because this is a blog, and email. A link back to the college, copyright, just basic kind of web information. There's this main general information page section all about in this home. The 2 other main sections, kind of dividing the site into different content areas, the faculty section and then an area for students. Now I've chosen to sort of subtly differentiate that with the color palette. So always keeping the MATC blue family. Excuse me, but when you go to the other main sections, that accent color changes. So always staying with this kind of citrus accent. We are now in the faculty news. And when you go to the different sections, the little collage pattern of images changes, so you're not, bored with what you're seeing on the side. And again, I don't know if I really think this is, I really like it. I love the idea that this combination of images and logos and illustrative pieces comes together and is a cool little representation of what we do. And feel free to disagree with that, but and I know it could be fraught with some problems, but just to put that out there one more time. So this is the faculty page. News and events, things just about us, the faculty, who's having a show, who has a piece in a show, who's starting a new class, who's doing what. We're all doing really cool things, so why not brag about it a little bit? There are links to each of our pages, and I want to show you that they could look like this or in a variety of ways. So here's the page for me, picture, name, status, full-time versus adjunct. This is a link to email me, my school phone number, and if I had a web address, that could go right here. My bio, classes that I usually teach, and just a little snapshot of some of my images. However, I can click an image to launch my gallery, and off I go. You can send me, if you haven't done so already, any image, and I don't care how you send it to me, I'll make it work. It can be any shape, any size, any orientation. If you'd like a caption, send that along, as many as you want. I will make it work. Let's show you a couple others. This is not the real work that John Andrews wants on here, just as a disclaimer, but I was trying to put some pages together to give you a sense of what they could look like. So if you don't have an image for yourself, that's cool. If you have a website, I can add that and make a link to that. Again, a gallery. This is an example of nobody, but if you don't really want to have a gallery at all, if you haven't been working, that's, I think, completely cool. So a nice bio, maybe the classes that you've taught, some links, that's really all you need. Right now, I don't have any work from the adjunct faculty, so I know there was some discussion about some differentiation. Currently, I just have it here on the page that you're an adjunct faculty or a full-time faculty. If, however, you think that it needs to happen also somehow on this list, let me know that, and I'll figure out a way to do that. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for the faculty section. So a page to kind of about new stuff, and then a page for each of us to talk about ourselves. The section that is least developed is the student section, and all I want to do for now is show you that it has a different accent color, kind of this citrusy lime. I'm at a stage in this process right now that I really cannot move forward. I can't continue to make new pages until we kind of are in agreement if this is a design direction that you feel comfortable moving forward with. This WordPress process is a little bit prickly and trickier than traditional web pages. So again, I can't move forward with it. But just to remind you, some things about the students will be the Student Creative League, things for our alumni. They'll have a little virtual class reunion that they can log in. Hey, I graduated in May of 2000, a Hall of Fame. Resources for our current students, everything from art stores to continuing on to four-year colleges. So lots of things, but don't look for that yet. Nothing on here is accurate. It's just meant to show you, ooh, wow, there's a different collection of images as well as a different accent color. I think that's it for now. Please put yourself in my shoes for a second and know how daunting this has been for me to come up with something that, as a designer, I'm designing for a whole department of designers. So that alone has been freaking me out a little bit. Trying to do right by the college and not straying dramatically far from the brand. Providing a showcase for our real audience, which I think are the students and the potential students. A lot of problems in this puzzle to solve. I wanted it to be all about the artwork, the design, and the illustration. I think that the design itself is pretty minimal, and that's the intention, is that it becomes all about that experience of looking at the art. I want your feedback. I welcome the feedback. Just kind of pepper that with a little bit of compassion as you're doing that, and if you hate it, we need to know that too. But just one more thing before I remind you of the website. Nothing on here as far as the typing. Remember, I just typed that in. It's all placeholders, so don't get bogged down with the details. I'll send you a proposed site map of what will actually be in the links. Right now, we're just sort of reacting to the design. If you think that we all need to get together to discuss this, that's fine. I don't really know how to proceed from here. I just wanted to throw this out there and get your feedback. All right. Thanks. Oh, and madisoncollegedesign.com/WordPress is where the site is currently located. All right, now I'm done. Thank you.